In a world where family ties are often seen as unbreakable bonds, some of us know what it means to choose something different. Some of us were born into families that didn't nurture us, they harmed us, and we've spent our adult lives trying to untangle the damage that clouds our judgment, confuses our instincts, and trains us to mistake dysfunction and disrespect for love. Think about your relationships as an adult. Have you ever found yourself calling something love just because it felt familiar, even when it left you hurting? This isn't a flaw in you, it's a reflection of what you were taught to accept. Childhood trauma, a toxic family dynamic, the attachment and bond with our parents, how they relate to each other and us, that shapes who we attach to, what we tolerate, and how we explain away harm, pulling us into patterns that feel familiar even when they hurt. It shows up in who we choose in our lives, what we tolerate, and how long we stay. Over the years, people have asked why I don't associate with my immediate family. And I usually say, we took different paths in life. But the truth runs much, much deeper than that. I grew up in a home marked by sexual abuse, addiction, betrayal, and control. A home where innocence was stolen and trust was shattered, where silence became a survival strategy and shame lived deep within the walls. There are wounds that never show on the body, and they are deeper and more hurtful than anything that bleeds. Maybe your story didn't look exactly like mine, but if you've ever had to pretend everything was fine just to get through the situation, then you already understand. This wasn't just my home. This is the childhood home of countless other adults in the world today, individuals raised to normalize the unthinkable, taught to hide their truth, and trained to present a version of themselves that kept the family image intact while their inner world quietly unraveled. I carried that pain for years until I found the courage to stop surviving and start healing, to reclaim my voice. If any part of this speaks to something buried deep inside of you, I want you to know this space was created with you in mind. My refusal to sugarcoat dark truths and my dedication to speaking up about what went on and why doesn't make me bitter. It makes me honest. To unlearn what dysfunction taught me about love, loyalty, and worth, I had to look deeply at myself and question the roles I was forced to play. I had to let go of false responsibility and learn how to love without losing myself. It means recognizing that what I believed was connection was often control, and that loyalty should never come at the cost of my own well being. Because healing isn't just about moving on from what was done to you, it's about getting your family out of you. The guilt, the fear, the programming, the shame. It's about dismantling the principles, practices, and patterns of their systematic abuse so you can finally live by your own truth, not their dysfunction. It's about becoming the person you were never allowed to be. It's not about cutting ties, although sometimes we have to do that. But it's never out of spite. It's about creating the space you need to heal, to think clearly, and to live without emotional harm. It's about reconnecting with your truth, especially when that truth was silenced for years. If you're in a relationship with a toxic family member, if you've been scapegoated, gaslit, guilted, or dismissed, it may be time to explore your options. Not to make a rash decision, but to learn what it means to choose peace over pretense. There's a growing community of survivors choosing truth over silence and peace over pretense, and you've just found it. On this channel, you'll find the language you never had, the clarity you've been searching for, and the tools to help you reconnect with the version of yourself that's been buried for far too long. Subscribe for trauma informed insight, real life strategies, and honest conversation that honor what you've lived and who you're becoming. I don't sugarcoat. I speak the truth, not because I'm bitter, but because I'm free. You don't need permission to heal. You don't have to be fully healed even to begin. You just have to show up. You are worthy of being listened to be heard. You are worthy of being respected and appreciated. You are worthy of being missed and dreamt about. You are worthy of being loved and adored. You are worthy of being craved and cared for. You are worthy. This isn't just content, it's a homecoming, and you are worthy of both the honoring and the return.